It's Coaches vs. Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week here on MyTV WQMY. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for tonight's pregame report. I'm Amanda Cool. Tonight is our second game of the week for Suits and Sneakers Week, which is a special week where coaches and their staff wear sneakers and suits to their game to raise awareness and to promote the American Cancer Society. Forest City is traveling to Elk Lake for tonight's game. This is the first televised game from Elk Lake High School, and we couldn't have picked a better night to head to Susquehanna County. Since they started raising money for Coaches vs. Cancer in 2009, the Elk Lake School District has raised over $50,000. That is by far the most amount of money raised by any school in northeastern Pennsylvania. The Warriors won the first half title, and they're leading the Lackawanna League Division IV by one game over Montrose. On the other hand, Forest City had a much slower start, starting the season 0 for 5. The Foresters finished the first half 4-2 in league play, and you can expect them to contend for a district title when the playoffs begin in February. It's Thursday night basketball coming up now.
Tasker's back in, and he comes right in. Pop shot, got it. My man, he can't miss. Finding the hole. I don't know how, but it's his night.
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
Comes out of the locker room in Fuego. He's on fire.
Since Coaches vs. Cancer NEPA started, Elk Lake has led the way in raising awareness and money to fight this deadly disease. Tonight, it's more than just basketball. It's Suits and Sneakers Week for Coaches vs. Cancer NEPA. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined by one-time PIAA referee, one-time basketball player, but more importantly, a member of the Coaches vs. Cancer NEPA Board of Directors, Matt Schaefer. And Matt, what Elk Lake is doing up here, raising money, raising awareness, is just fantastic for what you guys have started.
That's right. Elk Lake's a model for all the other schools locally. At the national level, we've received numerous accolades, and it's all because of schools like Elk Lake. Small community doing big things to help raise funds and awareness to fight cancer.
And they're also going to perform a ceremony right now, so let's join PA announcer Carly Dibble for tonight's Elk Lake ceremony for Coaches vs. Cancer.
You will see athletes, students, faculty members, administrators, board members, family, and community members. Why are we all here? Because we have a mission, and that mission is to find a cure for cancer because it has affected all of us in some way. We would like to thank everyone who has supported all of our fundraisers that allow us to donate money to the American Cancer Society. How did we raise funds? We had a dance-a-thon, a citrus sale, the alumni game, t-shirt sale, teacher dress down day, quilt raffle, the swim team had a swim-a-thon, and yes, even the administrators did some water aerobics, all to raise money for this cause. Everyone gets involved because there's only one way that we can accomplish our goals, and that is together. Again, I would like to thank you for coming tonight and would like to introduce Kale Southworth, who is in 8th grade and a cancer survivor.
In September of 2014, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had a cough and some swelling in my face, but those were the only indicators that I was sick. The mass was the size of a softball and was right in the middle of my chest. I was in intensive care for 1 week and then started 5 months of chemotherapy. All of my doctors and nurses were very confident that they would be able to fix me and that I would get better. I stayed very positive, and with the help of my family, friends, and community, I have fully recovered. I am now 1 year cancer-free. I wouldn't be... I wouldn't be where I am today if not for all of your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Kale. I would now like to introduce Elena Warner, who will continue with our program.
The main purpose of our program is to acknowledge the people in our community who have been affected by cancer. As you were walking in this evening, you had the opportunity to look at the display that represents so many of our friends and loved ones. At this time, we would like to invite all cancer survivors to stand and be recognized. You are the true warriors in this gymnasium tonight. We now invite anyone who has a friend or family member affected by cancer to also stand and be recognized, because as we all know, cancer cannot be fought alone. Would everyone please be seated? We have reached the part of our program where we are going to do our blackout. Please crack your glow sticks and remain seated as we turn the lights out. Could we please have a moment of silence? As you look around the gym, you see lights glowing. Some of the lights represent the cancer survivors, for they are a true inspiration. Some of the lights represent the warriors who are currently battling cancer, because our thoughts are always with them. Some of the lights represent the families of those affected by cancer, because we are all in this together. And finally, some of the lights represent the warriors who lost their battle with cancer, because they are always with us in our hearts. We do what we do in their memory. Again, thank you for joining us for our Coaches vs. Cancer Night, a special night of remembrance and celebration for our community. Please turn the lights back on.
Well, thank you guys. Matt, a great display for Coaches vs. Cancer, and you saw everyone stand up that is touched by this deadly disease, and just about everyone in the crowd stood up.
That's right. That's the thing. That's why we're here tonight, is because everyone knows someone, and sports is a great environment for us to band together, try to beat this disease.
Well, it's time now to play a little basketball. It's a Lackawanna League Division IV showdown between Forest City and Elk Lake. When Mac and I come back, we'll preview tonight's game. Welcome back to Elk Lake High School, everyone. Forest City, Elk Lake, both basketball teams warming up for tonight's Lackawanna League Division IV showdown between the Foresters and the Warriors. Bye-bye to Matt Shaver. Back over at the table getting ready for tonight's game. Let's talk about a little basketball now. Forest City 4-2 in the first half, playing better basketball as the season has progressed, and one of the guys playing well is Jared Pollen.
Jared's a 6'3" junior guard. He's played well. He started the year as a perimeter shooter, and they've developed him into a slasher. If he can score tonight in the paint, they'll do well.
They will do well, and hopefully they can rebound from that first loss in the first half of the season, and they played well in that game. Elk Lake is the first half division champions. They had a tough loss the other night, 70-40 against a very good Holy Cross team. That doesn't matter in this division because it's all about the league record. Bailey Newhart is playing well for the Warriors. He needs a big game tonight.
That's right. Bailey Newhart's a 6'4" junior guard. He can score with anybody. He's averaging 18 a game. He can do it from the outside. He can do it from the paint. He can do it going to the hole. If he does it tonight, Elk Lake's got it.
Let's see if the Forest City Foresters can win. And to win, they'll need some keys to the game. How will they win tonight's game, Matt?
Forest City needs to score in transition. They need to play some defense, good, strong defense, and their shot selection has to be spot on. For Elk Lake to win tonight, Elk Lake's got to get off to a quick start. Then they just got to keep running. If they can play defense, they can get the ball off the backboard, get it out, they'll do well.
Well, as I mentioned, it is a special night. As you saw the ceremony, there's a lot of people here from Coaches versus Cancer and from the American Cancer Society. Aaron Dugan will handle those duties and gives us more on what's going to happen here at Elk Lake tonight. Aaron?
Yeah, Bob, such a fantastic atmosphere here tonight. You can just feel the energy. It's fantastic. And throughout tonight, we'll be talking to some special guests. We'll also hear from a cancer survivor from right here at Elk Lake, Brooke Arnold, a very inspiring story. Throughout the night, we'll also remind you how to donate at cvcbasketball.org. It's very easy. You can just visit that website to donate. All right, Bob, I'll see you a little bit later.
That you will, Aaron. So getting ready for tonight's national anthem being sung by two cheerleaders here from Elk Lake, Caitlin Goodsall and Cassidy Cook.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, ladies. We are set for tonight's game. Capacity crowd here at Elk Lake, standing room only. And now let's check out tonight's starters. First for the Foresters, 6-9 coming in overall, 5-2 in the division. Looks like this. Forwards, Adam Kowaleski and Dylan Odell. Your guards, Noah Yates, Jared Paulin, and Colby Rotella. Big starting lineup for them, and a big starting lineup for Elk Lake as well. 12-4 overall, 6-0 in the first half of the division. It's Tewksbury and Watkins at your forward. Tyler, Woolcock, and Newhart are your guards. So who has to get a better start, Matt, to stay in this game? Is it Elk Lake? You know, I mean, the pressure's on them. Everyone's here for them. Or is it Forest City? They have nothing to lose, and they lost the first game.
That's right. In the first game, Forest City was leading in the third quarter, 26-25. If they can get out early and they can get a little bit of a lead, they can mitigate some of this emotion that you can feel in the gym tonight. Elk Lake's got to get out to a good start. Elk Lake will be on the floor for every loose ball. They'll be in the stands after any ball that's near it. They're going to keep the emotion. They're going to keep the hustle. That's a guaranteed. It's can Forest City keep their emotions high and get the crowd out of the game early.
We are in second half of play. Elk Lake won the first half title. Forest City and Montrose both won the other night, as did Mountain View. So this is a big game. In the second half of the standings, Forest City would like to get that big win and stay in competition, because first half, second half will play for the division title if it's different teams. Our referees tonight, Brian Denty, Randy Wolf, and Brian Leyland. Our coaches for Forest City, Luke Pisarczyk. Got the red sneakers on tonight. Elk Lake, John Warnero. He's got the kind of green and gray type sneakers. So we are underway here at Elk Lake. Big turnover. First basket goes to Kowaleski.
Great take, great baseline take, good strong move.
So that's a good start for Forest City.
Coach Pisarcik said he thought they shot too many threes in that first game. They've changed since then playing their offense. They like to drive a little bit more.
Another baseline jumper. That's a great shot.
So we're tied at 2 here at Elk Lake early on. There's Pollen with the ball out front with Odell. Gives it to Yates. Yates looking to go one-on-one. Yates now posting up. They didn't see him. Taken away by Newhart. Pollen recovers and it knocked out of bounds, and it will go over to the Foresters.
You see Elk Lake, they've got an extended defense. They're going to make Forest City work at the guard spot. Forest City's big. They've got 5 starters all over 6'2". Get the ball inside.
This is a very good player, Yates with the ball. Coming on as of late. First 3 of the game, no good by Odell. Corner shot, it's good. Woolcock, his first 2 of the evening. Yates, great pass underneath. Finds his guy, Colby Rotella, his first 2, tied at 4.
Our last 3 baskets are all off of driving kicks. If the guards can get to the paint, everyone else will shoot well.
Woolcock out there in the corner. Knocked out of bounds. Should say it's Forest City ball.
Foul on number 20 for Elk Lake.
I think Tewksbury changed his number on us. We'll check that.
That's right.
No, it's not Tewksbury. I see a 10 in there. Yeah, Hunter Watkins is now number 20, not number 4. Soft try by Newhart. Here comes Pollen. He's running the court. Little contact, no foul called. That was...
Wow. 3 offensive rebounds by Forest City. If Forest City can keep that up, they'll do well today.
So Forest City was in that game the first time they played, right, Matt, in the third quarter.
Yeah, in the third quarter last game, you know, they had a 26-25 lead. A lot of that was because of some of their transition. Elk Lake, the key to the game was rebounding. They haven't done it yet. They've given up 4 offensive rebounds so far. Need to rebound.
Almost taken away by Newhart. Kovaleski inside. Yates baseline. There's our foul.
It was a great take. Yates went right to the basket. One strong move, went up strong. He knows he's got a size advantage against an undersized Elk Lake team. Elk Lake's going to try to make up for it with their hustle, but Yates went right to the basket. Up strong, knows he's going to get hit, takes the contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
Now, the first time these 2 teams met, he only had 2 points, but again, he's just a sophomore in the starting lineup, so he's a little bit different player now as the season has progressed. He makes the 2, and now 4-point lead for Forest City.
Yates has a nice future ahead of him. He's a real athletic kid. He's big, he's strong. I know he's playing some AAU ball down in Scranton for JV Hoops. He keeps doing that, he'll keep getting better. He's a bright future ahead of him.
Newhart was blocked off. It will stay Warrior ball. Elk Lake in the white, Forest City in the purple. Shot by Watkins is good. That's a 3 by Watkins. That's his 10th of the season. Layup missed. Kovaleski gets a hand on it. Downtown shot no good. Elk Lake, a big offensive board, will set it back up. Foresters in the man-to-man. 3 passes and a layup.
Great ball movement. Textbook.
Tewksbury gets 2, scored, had a big night the other night, at 20 against Forest City in their first matchup.
We said Tewksbury would be, he's part of a marquee matchup here we'll get into in a little while.
Outside Rotella, can't get the roll. Warriors look to push. Watkins pop shot, no good. So it's 9-8 Elk Lake, and we have our first timeout on the floor here on MyTV, WQMY. We'll be right back. One-point lead for the home team, the Warriors. What have you seen so far, Matt?
We've got to get kids off of the offensive rebounds. Forest City scored 4 points off of offensive rebounds. If Elk Lake can box out and rebound, they'll pull this one out.
They'll play to Newhart. Fader, no good. Big board inside by Wilcock, and he loses it.
And here you go. Forest City wants to run. That's what they're doing every chance they get.
Pollen, hooping the harm. 3-point play for the junior. That's one of the changes that Luke talked about, pushing the ball a lot more.
That's right. They want to get out in the open court. They want to use their size and athleticism, finish at the rim.
So back and forth we've gone. Both teams have held a brief lead. Nice fadeaway by Tyler, who averages 8.7 points per game.
Elk Lake pulls it out. I'm not sure they're trying to run the ball for Elk Lake is what they want to do. They want to get the ball in. They want to get it to the paint. They want to kick it to open shooters just like that.
Watkins downtown again, his second 3 of the night. 4-point lead for the home team. He had 9 coming in. He's got 11 now. One thing about Elk Lake, it's not just Newhart. A lot of you look in the paper, you look at with the stats, and they're pretty close in points per game between Newhart, Tewksbury, and Watkins.
Right. Travel in the corner. You know, one of the nice things about Elk Lake is they're not afraid to go anywhere and play anyone. They play together all summer. They play in a couple different summer leagues. But the thing that you see is that it helps a team like Elk Lake, who has a very rural school district. They get to play together year-round. They get to know each other, and you can tell when you watch guys and you watch their feet, they know where their teammate's going to be. Pass just like that.
J.J. Heft in the game, number 35, and on the spot is Watkins. 2 more for the senior. Largest lead of the night for either team.
So you bring in Heft. Now, Heft's got to move his feet there. We got to get him on the boards. His older brother, great player for Elk Lake a couple years ago, owned the paint when he played.
Knocked out of bounds by Yates. Good job, because Newhart was right there for the offensive rebound.
Again, though, Yates with his athleticism gets his hand on another ball.
Now shot by Wilcock. Yates pulls it down. Here goes Forest City looking for numbers. Kicked up into the
Great
crowd.
Hands.
Teams here are purple and green, but there's a lot of orange in the crowd tonight for Coaches versus Cancer. I think everyone in the school district bought a shirt.
It's beautiful. You know, it's great. Every single year, Coaches vs. Cancer, American Cancer Society puts out a different color shirt. And this year, boy, is this not a bright, beautiful orange color. It stands out in a crowd like this.
Holland, nice drive. 2 more for Jarrett. And, boy, that's a big point guard out there, 6'3". Little bump. Forest City pulls it down. Call a hold. Looks like it will go against Newhart.
That's a frustration foul, though, by Bailey Newhart. He knows he's trying to hustle there. He turned it over. He wants to go get it back for his team. But sometimes you've just got to let that ball go, especially against a team that's going to try to run the ball. Can't pick up stupid fouls when you only have 7, when you have really 7 true players on your team.
4 fouls on Elk Lake, none on Forest City. Kowaleski's shot no good. So the junior Wilcock over to Watkins. Hard drive, gets a friendly roll. He's leading the way now for the Warriors. We're under a minute to play in the first quarter. See if Forest City will play for that last shot. Watkins was expecting that.
You've got 20 seconds here. You want to run the last shot here if you're Forest City. Their athleticism, their size, they've been able to get to the basket throughout the first quarter. There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to go to the basket at about 8 seconds. Give yourself an opportunity for a layup and a rebound if needed.
I would think with their size, they're going to have to find the matchup that they like, because they're going to be a little bit taller on one of those players.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
You know, Elk Lake is not a very tall team. What Elk Lake wants to try to do is out-hustle you. And part of rebounding, especially on the offensive boards, is about hustle. So if Forest City can hustle and use their size.
Newhart, fadeaway 3. That's a dagger. And that's how this quarter will end. The home team Warriors open up an 8-point lead over the Foresters after 1 here in a Coaches versus Cancer Spotlight game.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome back to Elk Lake High School. You're watching a Coaches versus Cancer boys basketball showdown. Forest City 12, Elk Lake 21 at the end of the first quarter. I'm Erin Dugan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I have some very special guests joining me now. This is Brian Costanzo from the Brian Forgione Foundation and Jordan Britt from the American Cancer Society. Brian, we'll start with you. For those who don't know, tell us all about the Brian Forgione Foundation, what you guys are all about.
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks for having us here this evening. For those of you who don't know, Brian Forgione was a 1996 graduate of Dunmore High School, 3-sport athlete, played 2 sports in college, football and baseball. Shortly after graduating from college, was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer and lost his battle in early 2002. So shortly thereafter, some of his family and friends got together. What started as a small golf tournament to just honor Brian's memory has turned into 14 years later, the Brian Forgione Foundation.
Really doing a great job keeping his memory alive, getting involved in many organizations. And I know Coaches versus Cancer isn't the only organization that you guys are involved with, right?
Right. This is our 4th year with Coaches versus Cancer. In years past, we've participated in fundraising events with Make-A-Wish, Ronald McDonald House, a lot of individual families or individuals in need in the local community. We've been able to support and help them through difficult times.
And if people want to get involved or donate, where should they go?
BrianForgione.org. We also have several social media, Twitter, Facebook, Brian Forgione. You can follow us there. We're very excited. This is our 4th year with ACS and Coaches versus Cancer. We recently surpassed $100,000 in giving back to the community, so we're really excited about that. We're hoping to continue our journey, continue to make a difference in the fight against cancer, and really great things going on here at Elk Lake and all the schools in the area. We're really just fun and excited to be a part of all this.
Yeah, congratulations on hitting that milestone. Thanks for the information.
Thank you.
Next up, Jordan Britt from the American Cancer Society. Jordan, people can feel so good about donating to this cause because so much of the money stays for local causes. What are some of those programs?
That's right. So the dollars raised through this program stay local through so many different programs and services that we have that we offer at all of our local American Cancer Society offices. Just to name a few, we have Road to Recovery, which provides rides to and from treatment for people that need help. We also provide free lodging through our many different Hope Lodges that we have all over the country. We also have our Look Good, Feel Better program, which offers free wigs and cosmetic advice to women who are going through some physical changes through their treatment. Those are just to name a few. Some of the money also goes towards our national research program, which is going to benefit local patients as well. So there are many different things going on. Just contact your local American Cancer Society office if you're interested.
Fantastic. Jordan, thank you so much, and make sure to visit cvcbasketball.org to make your contribution. Bob?
Thank you, Brian, Jordan, and Aaron. And again, that website is cvcbasketball.org. You click on there and you can make a donation right online. And most of it stays right here in northeastern Pennsylvania, right, Matt?
That's right. You know, a couple of years ago, one of the things that people said was the reason they didn't give to some of the local cancer organizations was because it didn't stay local. So one of the things that Andrew Kettle and myself have done over the past couple of years is make sure that we've been able to keep money through locally through the Road to Recovery program and other patient service programs offered by ACS.
Back on the court, offensive rebounding does not seem to be a problem for Forest City. Putting the ball back in the basket has been.
That's right. While we were away, I think we're at 5 offensive rebounds so far in the second quarter. Not just that, but J.J. Heft has taken a charge for Elk Lake. We've had a couple three-pointers, a basket on the other end. Hectic second quarter so far, Bob.
It has been. It's been a good game. Forest City does not want to get this into a big Elk Lake lead. It's going to be tough for them to get back. A little alley-oop, no good. Newhart trying to hit Tewksbury, and he just couldn't do it there.
Tewksbury's an athletic kid. If they can get it up around the rim, he may pull one down today.
He has, and Bailey, we talked about that when we previewed the game. Downtown shot, no good. They need to hit a couple threes, but right now the basket has not been friendly for the Foresters. No foul.
You know, Forest City, you know, one of the keys to the game was shot selection for them. They need to work themselves out to three-point shots, and by that you mean you've got to get to the basket. If you can get to the basket on a couple dribbles, you can get penetration into the lane, you're going to get a couple layups, you'll get a little bit of confidence. What it also does is opens up skip passes like that. It'll open up kick-out three-point shots, which will eventually lead to going to the basket again. Forest City, key to the game was shot selection, and they've really got to do a better job here, especially out of the rest of the second quarter, at getting a couple good shots so that they can get a little momentum.
Yates down low, draws the foul. Good move by the sophomore. He'll go to the line again. 5th team foul on Elk Lake.
Here's a replay. Look at Yates is strong. He is strong. Now, J.J. Heft's a little bit slower footed than Yates is. Noah Yates is going to go to the hole. He's shown that so far this game. I don't think he's taken a jump shot yet. He's taken 4 layups, all going strong to the basket. I think he's been fouled on 2 others. Good, strong attempt at the basket here. Hopefully he can knock it down another one.
This is definitely one of the all-stars. We have a guy that potentially could be an all-region type all-star by the time he's a senior. Noah Yates. He misses the second. He has 3 points. Stepping into the game and hitting from downtown is Reardon Ryan, the sophomore, his 5th 3 on the season. 12-point lead, largest of the game for the Warriors. Bob Ide, Matt Schaefer, Aaron Dugan here for Suits and Sneakers Week. Foul down on the floor.
Great call by Randy Wolf. Randy's one of the best young officials that we have in this area. Thought that was a pretty good call. You look at the high side defender, is going to get a little hand in on this right there. Good block by Tewksbury, but his teammate Ben Wilcock got a slap in there first.
So Pollen goes to the line. The 6'3" junior averages 12 points, hits the first. He had 16 last time against the Warriors in their first meeting in the first half of the season back in January. Where do you want this lead if you're Forest City when you get into the half? You want to get another 5 points? Where do you feel comfortable going into the half if you're trailing, if you're Forest City?
Well, you definitely can't have a double-digit. You can't be trailing by double digits going into halftime. You want to go into halftime. Hopefully, if Forest City can tie this game up, they've got plenty of time. They can get a little bit of momentum. It won't be an issue. You don't want to be more than 6 or 8 points your athleticism is going to help you, but Elk Lake's shooting and teamwork, their hustle, they can score in a flurry as well.
Elk Lake shooting the ball very well on their home floor. To the hole is Wilcock. Here come the Foresters trying to cut into the 8-point lead. Yates right to the basket. No foul.
Good no call.
Warriors have some numbers. Corner pocket, no good. Big rebound, Wilcock. And we have a foul on the floor on Forest City. So on that foul, we'll take another timeout. 3:16 remaining in the half. 8-point lead for the home team. Cheerleaders, of course, happy. Their team out in front by 8 in this Lackawanna League Division IV matchup between Forest City and Elk Lake. Bye-bye, Matt Schaefer, along with Aaron Dugan. Glad you could join us in a Suits and Sneakers week here for Coaches versus Cancer. But Elk Lake, really since midway through the first quarter, Hunter Watkins there for another putback.
Seems like everything Forest City's doing is going right through Noah Yates. Young player, but very athletic. Seems like he can handle it.
Matt Taylor, number 4, in team in purple. Pollen saw an opportunity. He took it to the lane, and the 6'3" junior will go to the foul line.
Forest City's done a great job going to the basket. Obvious foul on Tewksbury. He's got to slide his feet over a little bit earlier in the start of the second half, or excuse me, start of the second quarter. J.J. Heft was presented with the same thing. He slid his feet over and took the charge. Tewksbury probably could have got that. We should have had a little help from the other side as well.
Pollen coming in shooting just 58% from the charity stripe, and he'll get 1 of 2.
Forest City's got to hit their free throws today, too. As athletic as they are, if they keep getting to the paint, they're going to get to the foul line as well. If they can shoot 75 to 80% from the free throw line, it's going to give them a real good boost throughout the game.
Newhart wanted to pass it into midair, had to throw up a fadeaway. Yates looking for numbers. Forest City in. Nice drive by Kowaleski. That's a couple. He's got it in the paint, just hasn't finished, Matt.
You know, one of the things that you see with Forest City is they can get to the paint. They've done it so far in the first half. They've gotten to the paint quite a bit. Even if they throw up a bad shot like that, that wasn't a very good shot. He could have pulled up, gathered himself and got him strong. But the thing is, they're athletic enough to get their hand on the rebound and give themselves an opportunity in another shot. Big three.
And they have to get outside and cover Watkins. He has 3 threes on the night. He's the leading scorer for Elk Lake. So a barrage of 3-pointers have the Warriors up by 12, and Kowaleski gets a couple back. Newhart no good, but guess who's there? 2 more for Watkins. 5'11" senior, big offensive board.
That's great. It was a good shot, a good take, by Tewksbury, by Bailey Newhart. Not sure that it was a great shot, but definitely a good, strong take.
Open 3 by Pollen, no good. Newhart running the court, lays it up and in.
Great left reverse. Outstanding pass. That's what young players need to learn how to do, is push the ball ahead.
You know, Elk Lake was not happy about losing 30 points to Holy Cross the other night. They want to come out, show the area that they belong in District AA contention.
I was wondering how they'd come out. Big hit there.
Kowaleski.
Long jumper by Kowaleski. I was wondering how Elk Lake would come out. You know, they play well up here in this league, and they go down and play Holy Cross down in what was the old Lackawanna League. See a dump off to J.J. Heft. Steal by Newhart. Layup and a basket. Great pass, great take.
Hunter Watkins is owning this gym tonight. Underneath, outside, whatever Hunter took. Hunter puts in.
You know, Bob, to finish up that thought, I was wondering how Elk Lake was going to rebound. You know, they've played well. They've played well since the start of the year. Great pass, great take. But you just got beat by 30 against a good, strong team. One of the things that we've always seen from Coach Warnero and back when Mark Weisgold was with him was that his teams never got too high and never got too low. They played well, they played strong, and they can play themselves through the ups and downs of the season.
Well, we talked about Forest City being in this one. Well, they had the lead down to 8, but now it's exploded to 17 for Elk Lake.
Key to the game before was for Forest City to get out in transition. Forest City's getting beat by Elk Lake, getting out in transition over the last 3 minutes.
They have not been able to hit from downtown. Forest City has had some open shots from 3, but just haven't put them in.
This is an important 25 seconds right here for Forest City. They need to get a defensive stop. If they can get a basket here, that'd be even better. But they can't go down without having a little bit of momentum here as we hit the 10-second mark.
Trying to extend their lead. Downtown. Tyler no good. And we're going to have a travel on the corner.
Poor footwork. You've got to step into the shot. You know, I know it's probably a little bit early to be taking that shot, but your footwork has to be that you're coming to the pass so that you can get your momentum and your strength going up and into the shot. 8 seconds, long pass, going right to the basket. Dylan Odell gets it out. Jared Paulin, floater at the buzzer, no good.
So with that, Forest City goes into the locker room trailing now by 17 over the first half champs in the Warriors. Halftime festivities coming up with Aaron Dugan. It's Suits and Sneakers Week for Coaches versus Cancer and EPA.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation on MyTV WQMY.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Elk Lake High School. We're so glad you could join us for a Coaches versus Cancer game here tonight. We're here at Elk Lake High School as the boys take on Forest City. And it is a great basketball game, but it's all about Coaches versus Cancer tonight. We're urging you to donate at cvcbasketball.org. And Elk Lake has done so much for this cause. Posters behind me showing they've raised almost $50,000 in the last 5 years. And they rally around people here at Elk Lake. And they had to rally around one of their own. 14-year-old Brooke Arnold, a freshman, had to deal with cancer, but she did so with a positive and inspiring message. Check it out. To look at Brooke Arnold run up and down the court playing basketball, you'd never guess just how much she's been through. There was even a time her family thought she may not walk again, let alone play sports. When Brooke, who's now a freshman at Elk Lake High School, was just 3.5 years old, her parents knew something just wasn't right.
Finally, somebody did a CBC on her, and after we took her back to the doctors about the 3rd time, and we got a phone call back that she needed to go to a hematologist, oncologist, and we ended up going to Syracuse, New York, and they got her an appointment for the following Monday, and we went up to Syracuse thinking we were going to be there for an appointment and leave and come home. We didn't take anything with us, and they did lab work, and they put it underneath the microscope, and I was sitting there holding her on my lap, and we looked into the microscope, and the doctor said, well, look at these and then you can go home. And we look, and he said, these are blast cells. Your daughter has leukemia. You're going to have to stay for at least a week.
We ended up picking Syracuse, New York, and that's where we went for my treatment. And my mom told them she wanted the standard treatment for leukemia patients, and they said there isn't a standard treatment. And my mom found this kind of weird, like there isn't this standard treatment for leukemia patients.
Even though I knew what, I'm a nurse, and I knew where we were, and I knew what they were looking for, you still feel like it's not reality. Even for the first couple days sitting in the hospital, I would look around and think, this isn't really happening.
After battling leukemia for years, Brooke seemed to be in the clear until she hit the age of 7 and got another devastating diagnosis, a brain tumor. And it wouldn't be the only one. She's had 4 surgeries in the last 7 years.
When I was 4, they ended up finding a brain tumor. So they had to stop my treatments for a month, and they removed the brain tumor, and then they restarted my treatments. And then finally, when I was 7 years old, the leukemia went away, and we got done with the chemo, and we thought we were in the clear, like, all right, we're in remission now, we're done with the leukemia, we're done with the brain tumor, and from here on out, it's just checkups and just trying to get away from it. When I was 10, we just, recently went to 1-year treatments for my brain tumor. Well, they weren't treatments, they were MRI scans. We went to 1-year MRI scans, and we were all happy. We were like, this is finally gone, like, we're never gonna have to deal with it again. And this was my first or second time going back for 1 year, and I was in the room with my neurologist, and he was going through my scans, and all of a sudden he said, "What is that?" And it freaked us all out, because we're like, what do you mean, what is that? Like, what is that supposed to be? Because we don't know what we're looking at. And then November, my 5th grade year, it was 2011, we decided that they were gonna go on and take it out. So it all happened very quickly. It was only a couple months after they diagnosed me with it. They were deciding between radiating it or going back in and taking it out. And they decided, we went to CHOP in August of that year, and they decided that they were gonna go in and operate on it and take it out. They thought I was gonna come out with a lot of issues and a lot of side effects, and they thought I was gonna have to learn to walk again and stuff. And thankfully, the first 3, none of that happened, but the 4th one, they said, we don't want this coming back at all. We're gonna make sure we got it all. So it was a little more aggressive, and I came out of it, and it was rough coming out the first week especially, and I couldn't walk. My balance was completely off. I couldn't walk upstairs. I couldn't really use my left hand at all. When I first started my physical therapy and recovering and stuff, they said your sports are really gonna help you recover your left hand fully.
I have to step back and think oh my gosh, this kid has had cancer multiple times, but you would never know because she doesn't take it easy on the court. She's the first one to dive for the ball, and she doesn't let it hold her back. So she really does just bring strength to the team, and there's no whining, because if Brooke's not whining, then there's no excuse for anybody else to whine.
My goal is to get even better and to make it like nobody's knows. And I know right now a lot of people are like, oh, you had cancer, and oh, you had a brain tumor. But the people that know, I want to just wow them and just be like, wow.
I'm just very, very grateful, that we are very lucky, and I'm the richest guy in the world, the planet.
Welcome back to Elk Lake High School. You're watching live boys basketball. It's a coaches versus cancer showdown. Elk Lake leads 42-25 over Forest City at the half. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight is all about coaches versus cancer, and joining me now is Terry Blazier, a teacher here at Elk Lake, but also a ringleader for this entire coaches versus cancer campaign here at the school.
Yes.
Terry, when you take a look around and you see all these shirts, you see the posters saying just how much you've raised, almost $50,000 in the last 5 years, you just must be so proud.
I really am. It's really a true testament to our district, our community, our faculty, our administration. Everybody just gets so involved. And even when we got the t-shirts, and we ordered 300 t-shirts, and I thought, oh boy, we're green and white and these are orange. This is going to be a hard sell. But we sold out, so it was fabulous. Just everybody comes up and supports.
Definitely, and besides the t-shirts, what are some of the things that the students do to raise money?
At the beginning of the school year, we had a dance-a-thon. We had a citrus sale. The teachers have a dress down day, so they support us. And our administrators even were dared by one of our community members to do water aerobics. And they did that a few Saturdays ago. So everybody gets involved. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's not just the students and the parents,
No.
It's the entire community. And
Yes.
I think that's one of the coolest parts about Elk Lake. It's not a lot of people, but man, they really come together.
You know, for this issue, absolutely. And we even had one of our grandmothers of a senior, she made a quilt that was just raffled off. And she volunteered to do it, and I mean, did it completely by hand, and it was beautiful.
So talk to me a little bit about what we saw before the game. There was a ceremony, all the lights went out, there were some glow lights. Where did that come about?
Well, this is actually, as long as we've been doing our Coaches versus Cancer, we've always done that. And one time I said to John Monero, Mark Weisgold was our assistant coach, and I said, what do you guys think if we turn the lights out? And they said, well, what else is going to happen? And, we said, we would talk about the people that we are honoring and the people who have passed from cancer, because really, so many of us have been affected by that, and we know they're here with us now. So it's just a really great way, an emotional way to kind of share, the night with everyone.
Well, Terry, on behalf of Fox 56 and Coaches versus Cancer, great job, and
Thank
keep
you
up
so
the
much.
great work.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll have another special guest when we come right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Elk Lake High School. Joining me now, Andrew Kettle, the boys coach at Scranton Prep and the local director for Coaches versus Cancer, and the entire Kettle crew. You want to say your names?
Katie, Andrew, Patrick.
Well, thanks for being here tonight. Andrew, as always, what a turnout and what a fantastic job here tonight from Elk Lake.
Elk Lake and the Blazier family and Coach Monero and everyone here in this community has raised the bar so high for all the schools. And, just what they've been able to do over the past 5 years, almost $50,000 in 5 years is incredible. So we're so happy to be here tonight, and we're so thankful for everyone here in this community.
You've been popping around to some other local schools this week. You've been in the Lackawanna and Wyoming Valley conferences. What have some other schools been doing?
Well, a lot of different unique things. Besides the T-shirts, they have bake sales, they have dances, they have free throw shooting contests, half court. And that's what's great about our campaign. It gives the student athletes and the students of the student body the opportunity to get creative and come together and make it fun.
So much fun making it fun, getting out there, fundraisers. And I know one of the big fundraisers is coming up this weekend. We have the Hoopla on Saturday at Mohegan Sun Casino. Tell us all about that.
Yep. The Hoopla is a great night out. It's free to get in with a donation if you'd like to do that. We have appetizers, a cash bar, the band exposure. It'll be a lot of fun. It's a way to celebrate all the efforts that we've had this week in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And we have another special message from tonight's presenting sponsor, Commonwealth Health.
Hi, I'm Brooks Turkel, CEO of Commonwealth Health Regional Hospital of Scranton. We at Commonwealth Health take great pride in being the presenting sponsor of an event that brings awareness to the fight against cancer. As healthcare professionals, we know how crucial early detection can be, and we are focused on the latest medicine, preventive measures, and advanced treatment and technology. We also have a deep commitment to this cause because each of us has been impacted by cancer in some way. Whether it was our own diagnosis or a loved one's, we understand the need to receive the best possible care that is close to home. We want our community to know that you are not alone in the fight, and it's our priority to offer the best physicians, top-of-the-line care, a compassionate staff, and treatment options that fit your needs. Tonight's Coaches versus Cancer event plays an important role in the fight against cancer. We at Commonwealth Health are proud to be part of Coaches versus Cancer.
Thank you to everyone at halftime, Matt. Everyone from the Coaches versus Cancer and from your sponsors. And opening up, Elk Lake coming off the bench. Tyler hits from downtown. It's a big three. 20-point lead now for Elk Lake, and I think they're not going to let off the gas. Foul as Tyler took it right in.
Intentional foul called, excessive contact from behind. I think that's actually a pretty good call. Another good, strong young official.
Looks like Kovaleski. We're looking at it again.
Dente.
Could have went either way. Could have went either way. So that will put Bailey Newhart on the line. There you see John Wernero, 10th season at Elk Lake. So with the intentional to get the shot and get the ball back.
You can see, though, 19 seconds into the second half here, what Elk Lake's game plan is, and that's let's push the gas, let's push the ball, play hard D, and let's get out in the open court.
Newhart misses that. He had 7 in that first half. Gets a second one.
It's going to remain Elk Lake ball after the intentional foul.
Newhart comes off the play, drawn up for him, misses it. Forest City going to push it, have numbers if they want them. Tewksbury in. Kovaleski, 24.
Follows up his 6-point first half with 2 right off the bat here in the second half. Good strong take.
Story though tonight, Hunter Watkins, Matt, 22 in that first half.
It was the Hunter Watkins show, and then he comes out, he gets an offensive rebound right up with the shot. No good.
Offensive board though for Elk Lake, and we're out quickly here, just 56 seconds in.
Inbound, nice play, great layup, and one.
Forest City caught sleeping on that. Now down 21, this one's getting way out of hand.
Inbound pass, great handoff, strong take by Bailey Newhart.
Foul goes against Noah Yates, his third. That's Forest City's second already.
That's a big foul. Noah Yates, that's his third foul. Everything's got to run through him. He's very athletic. He'll bring the ball up. He'll play from the wing. But most importantly, he gets into the lane, he distributes, and that's exactly what Forest City's going to need to get back into this game. Drives, kicks, but they got to finish the ball.
They have not been able to hit their outside shot, so they're going to try to go inside. Yates powers up, can't get it to go.
Foul on Hunter Watkins, that's his second.
Well, Forest City in that second quarter had it at 28-20. After that, it was all Elk Lake the rest of the way, led 42-25 after the second quarter. Good strong move by Kovaleski again.
Kovaleski's played well here in the second half. That's his third rebound. I think we just got a charge.
Matt Taylor, well, the senior starting the second half. Number 4, he gets his first foul.
Tough one.
Wilcox steps in.
Tough one.
That's 3 now on Forest City. So Elk Lake, for the loss the other night.
Try to run an alley-oop. Tewksbury can get up. He can put that one down. We talked about that in the first half, but well defended.
Easy putback by Yates. So now let's see if Forest City has anything left in the gas. It's going to have to start on the defensive side, Matt, wouldn't you think?
It does. If Forest City can't rebound the ball and play a little bit of defense, they have no shot here in the second half. They've got to get on a run here quick. They've got to go hard. They've got to cut this lead from 18 down to about 10 to start the fourth quarter. They got some time, but big foul.
Yeah, that was a definite foul, and Watkins coming over, his second. His third.
It's Watkins' third.
So Watkins will take a seat. Hefton, the senior.
Here it is. Taylor, the senior, picks that ball up, and Watkins can't hold up, plows him.
Let's see if the Foresters can find a run in them.
You know what I just watched on that take there? You've got 3 guards just standing around the perimeter. If Forest City wants any chance here in the second half, they've got to get their team moving. They got to get their feet moving. Great call. Ball was saved. It wasn't a tip save. It was a throw to the backcourt. Ben Wilcox got to keep his feet in the front court and go get that. I just don't think he knew. Still a good call by Dente.
Forest City the other night beating Susquehanna big, 78-53. Before that, they lost their last game of the first half to Montrose pretty big, only 36 points. And that should help them get back into it a little bit. Odell from downtown.
His first bucket of the game. Good footwork, stepped right into the shot, hit the 3, hit it with confidence. Good timeout here by Coach Guarnero. He wants to get them refocused. Don't let this lead dwindle at all. It's 15 now, and he wants to keep it at 15.
It is 15 here. Look at it again.
Drive and kick. We talked about it all first half. You had Taylor came off the bench. I think part of the reason that Taylor didn't play in the first half, came off the bench here in the second half, was they needed someone that could get back into the lane and then kick the ball out. In the first half, Noah Yates did that almost exclusively for Forest City. He went to the hole. If he didn't score, he was kicking the ball around.
So R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that is what Elk Lake is looking for, respect in District 2. Of course, you go into the district with your league play, and a lot of times Elk Lake has come in one or first or second with the seedings, and then they go and lose probably in the quarterfinals. But right now they're ahead of Myers, who's playing good. Mid-Valley, that loss in the first half. Montrose, their early losses to Elk Lake. Dunmore almost beat Mid-Valley the other night. So what does Elk Lake have to do to beat the big boys from down in the valley, in Lackawanna and Wyoming Valley?
You know, Elk Lake's definitely got a good, strong nucleus. They got a good, strong team. Hard part is they're presented with competition, and they come out every single day and they beat their competition, and they're playing well, and they're going to win, you know, the division up here. But then they're going to get down and they're going to play against the Myers and the Holy Cross, and you know they've got to hit a couple jump shots. They've got to play hard D, and they've got to get up early, and then they got to extend it.
Newhart in for another bucket. Forest City is a single A team.
I believe only one team gets out of single A, though, this year.
Yes.
Old Forge is always tough to beat Old Forge in the districts. They got a great take.
No call, and right there on the spot, Kovaleski lays it up. He has 10. Crowd here wanted a charge.
I think they missed the charge there. You know, good, strong crew, but that's one that you got to get. You've given it to them 3 times, or 2 times so far. That would have been the third. Consistency is key here.
So 3:52 remaining in the third quarter. Forest City slowly but surely trying to get back in this one over the Warriors. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Elk Lake High School, the Coaches versus Cancer game, and it's all about the cause tonight. We're donating at cvcbasketball.org, and all this would not be possible without some great sponsors. One of the main sponsors of Coaches versus Cancer is Toyota of Scranton. Joining me now is Joe Ross from Toyota of Scranton, and man, you guys you love getting involved, and it seems like you have a lot of fun getting really involved in this cause.
Oh, we absolutely do have a lot of fun, and it's just a great atmosphere to get involved to help these kids and these communities succeed in this program.
And I know one of the things you love doing is rewarding students. You love rewarding students that show exemplary qualities. Talk about some of the things that you've done for students.
Well, of course, the Coaches for Cancer, you know, we do donate a card to a student who really shows what Coaches for Cancer means to them. And it's just a way that we feel we can give back to the community and really give a kid a reward.
Well, you do a great job, and thanks for the sponsorship.
Oh, anytime. It's our pleasure.
Bob?
Of course, the people at Toyota of Scranton, very community-minded, and not only for Coaches versus Cancer, but other organizations as well. But they've been a big factor in CVC. Newhart, little left hand. He has a couple buckets in a row. And just when you think Forest City has a chance of getting back into it, Elk Lake rolls off a little run, 4-0 now.
That's right. While we were gone, one of the things we talked about was Noah Yates getting to the paint and kicking it out. That's what he did. Right out of the timeout, Noah Yates takes it to the paint, kicks it out to Adam Koleski. Koleski hits a 3. Elk Lake answers with 2 straight buckets by Bailey Newhart.
So now Elk Lake in a little 2-3 zone. Heft in the middle. And goes off of one of the Foresters. Dakota near Cook, number 30 in.
Elk Lake looks like they're going to try to slow it down here. Spread Forest City out. Set a high screen by J.J. Heft.
Forest City averaging about 60 points per game. They're going to succeed that tonight. And boy, a hot hand goes to Hunter Watkins. 3 more for him.
Hunter had 22 in the first half. Opens it up with 3 here in the second.
He averages 10 points per game. He's almost doubled that. The Newhart combination, no good. But a big board by Heft. Pick your poison. It goes right to Watkins. Newhart was there. And Number 20 goes to the line.
Miscommunication on Forest City's defense left 2 guys in the paint. Here you go, pass up top. Nobody looking at the ball. Like you said, Bob, pick your option. This one goes to Hunter Watkins. Hunter goes up, gets fouled at the line for 2.
I don't know. Watkins has been pretty successful tonight. Hits a free throw, so he's got 26 by my count. That's almost half of the points Elk Lake has.
That's right.
And, you know, Forest City average coming in, giving opponents 53 points. They gave a 51 the last time they met. The final score in that January game was 51-39. And that was a late push by Elk Lake in that game. This one, the Warriors put a big second quarter in the books and have extended the lead now up to 18 after that bucket by Yates.
Little garbage bucket by Yates. Big, strong move by Heft. But there's Watkins again getting on the floor, getting his hands on a loose ball. That's what Elk Lake's all about. They want to get their hands on loose balls, hustle, win this game with hustle. Looked like a foul at the 3. Bailey Newhart's trying to take over the second half. He's got 8 points. He's taken a couple other shots. Big shot there. He's going to get rewarded with 3 on the 3 free throws after the foul.
So 5 fouls for Forest City. Newhart to the line, hits the first. Just 3 for the home team in Elk Lake.
This lead just keeps ticking around 15. We're down to 14. Excuse me, up to 16.
Yeah.
If Bailey Newhart hits this, we get it up to 17. Forest City's got to get this to 10. So they've got to figure out something in 1:14 here to get it to 10 to give themselves a shot here to start the fourth quarter.
3 in a row for Newhart, who came in shooting 63% from the line. 3 big ones there. Now, little full court press. Soft layup. No good. Yates powers it up.
That's what Noah Yates has to do. He has to stay around the basket. He's got his hands on a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half, a couple that he didn't even get, but he got his hands on, tipped it to teammates. If he can continue to do that here, he'll keep Forest City at least viable here through the end of the third, start of the fourth quarter.
First half champions with a big lead, looking to go 1-0 in the second half. Caught in the corner.
Forest City's running a trap defense here. They trapped it in the corner. They trapped it on the wing. But Elk Lake does a great job swinging the ball around. And again, Bailey Newhart on his way to the basket. That's his 13th point here in the third quarter alone.
Good soft touch off the glass for Newhart. Rotella stuck underneath.
See a little frustration here out of Colby Rotella. You know, he hasn't done a whole lot in the score sheet. You know, he gets tied up by an Elk Lake opponent there. Get a little frustration out. Keep your head in the game. You're going to get, you're going to get a good shot here.
Haven't called Paulin's name in a while. We talked about him in pregame. He's not having a quiet game. Here he goes to the basket and can't get it. Almost got a foul, and that will do it.
Elk Lake has to go in and regroup. Start the fourth quarter. Elk Lake's up by 21.
21 after 3. CBC Spotlight here on MyNet.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation on MyTV WQMY.
Hi, we're the Forest City Cheerleaders, and you're watching live high school basketball on MyTV WQMY.
There are some future Warriors in the crowd watching their team extend their lead after 3 to 21. Bob-eyed Matt Schaefer, Aaron Dugan. It's a Coaches vs. Cancer NEPA night. Don't forget you can make donations through the website, cbcbasketball.org.
Having a great night here tonight, Bob. It's a great showcase for the Elk Lake community. You get a nice basket here by Ben Woolcock on his way to the hole.
I know at the half there was a 50-50 one, which was given back to Coaches vs. Cancer. But again, Elk Lake, the community-minded town that they are, gave more money in the last couple of days. What did you find out?
Found out they made a couple donations were given to the cause here at the high school. Just in the last 2 days, they received unsolicited donations of $6,150. Wow. In addition to, they raffled off a quilt at halftime. That raised another $550. The 50-50 was $305, and a young lady named Lily Decker decided to give that right back to the Coaches vs. Cancer campaign. So you're looking at almost $7,500 just from those couple opportunities.
And they had 11,000 that we know of coming in, maybe even more than that. Yep. That could be near the $20,000 mark raised in this school district alone. Bailey bombs away, and it's all Elk Lake here tonight over Forest City.
That was Newhart's 40th three of the year. He's had a great second half.
Hit some free throws, and between him and Watkins, the two leading scorers for Elk Lake. Again, this capacity standing room only crowd here about 6 o'clock. Wasn't a seat to be had. They enjoyed a very good JV game as Kovaleski hits another one from downtown.
It's his second three of the second half. They need him to get hot. 23-point Elk Lake lead here. Forest City's either got to pick up their pressure or get back to the keys of the game, which was to run.
Rebounding, too. They get a big rebound here. Yates to push. Better passing would have been better open shots there.
You have numbers. Push it.
And Yates wide open inside. No one saw him. Foul on the floor going against Watkins.
I believe that's his fourth.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. You're up by 23 here. If you're Coach Warnero, it's not a bad opportunity to sit some of your starters, give some of these kids that have worked hard every single day the opportunity to get their face on TV, get themselves in the scorebook on a big game in front of a great emotional crowd here at Elk Lake.
So that's number 30 for Forest City. Dakota Near Cook, a 5'11 sophomore, hits his first free throw. Nails the second. Boy, but you look around at the banners here, and you look at state runner-up in baseball in 2002 and 3, state runner-up in basketball 81-82. They won the state title in 1977 here at Elk Lake. Small school in Susquehanna County has a lot to be proud of.
That's right. It's a community here. I grew up right down the road in Tunkhannock, and you played against Elk Lake people. You played in adult leagues against the Elk Lake guys, and you knew that it was a community. Another great take by Bailey Newhart. He owns the second half here. It was the Hunter Watkins show in the first half. It's the Bailey Newhart show here in the second half.
I asked Newhart and Watkins what they characterized this team, and he's called it entertainment. And they've definitely been entertaining tonight to their hometown crowd. Hard foul. Woolcock going to the line. Here we see it again. Nice
Turns
drive.
the corner, explodes to the basket, knows he's going to get the shot up, gets it up so that he can get himself to the line. Poor defense. You have to step over there and take a charge. Take one for your team, get the ball back. You'll get a little bit of confidence in your team. You know, at this point, you know, I don't know that there's much that Forest City can do here to pull themselves back in. You know, but what you're playing for now is a little bit of pride. You don't want to get anyone hurt either.
72 big ones up on the board for the Warriors. Not sure we saw this coming. Nice step back three. Kovaleski's feeling it a little too late here. That's his third three in the second half.
That's right, gives him 20 for the game. Like we've talked about, Bailey Newhart, another three.
He's just adding up the scorebook. Him and Newhart. Watkins is taking a seat. Yates takes it in. They're going to call foul before the basket.
He counted it.
He counted it, yep.
Good strong take. He is a big, strong kid. He should be finishing at the basket every single time he touches the basketball against Elk Lake. Elk Lake's kids work hard, but they're not as big, they're not as strong, they're not as physical as Noah Yates.
Get some substitutions in now. Good offensive board, Rotella. Is that Rotella? Or is that Cook? That's Cook, number 30. Newhart to the glass. No good. Yates the rebound.
Look up.
Had a tough time dribbling the ball. Paulin not quick enough, but the guy with the hot hand, why not again?
Kovalevsky's fourth three here in the second half.
7-0 run by Forest City. 3:30 to play in the fourth.
Elk Lake wants to run clock. I'd love to see Coach Warnero, though, get a couple of the guys off the bench. You heard a great story. I don't know if anyone read the Scranton Times this week, but there was an absolutely fantastic story about Evan DeBonis and all that he's gone through to help care for his mother who has cancer. Love to see that kid get in the game.
Time to work the clock for the Warriors. Newhart looking for a screen out, going to be called for a travel. That should give us an opportunity for a timeout on the floor. Under 3 to play. It's been all Elk Lake tonight here at the home of the Warriors. So time now, we'll stay right here and take a look at some of the schedules coming up for the Foresters. What they have on tap. Saturday, they'll be at Blue Ridge and Mountain View. Riverside's their crossover game. I saw their game down at home of the Vikings. They played very well, actually gave Riverside a good game. Lakeland's in there in a crossover trail, and then they end with Montrose. So some winnable games in there, and they're looking towards the districts, and that's what they told me.
That's right. Forest City started the season 0-5. Since then, they've turned it on. If Forest City can go 500, or even if they can pull out 4 games over the rest of the season, that's going to give them a little bit of confidence. They may be able to challenge Old Forge in the Single A championships districts.
Here's Elk Lake's schedule. They'll have the Mountain View tomorrow night, and the other night, I should say Saturday. Susquehanna, Lackawanna Trail, Montrose, and Blue Ridge. So all winnable games, teams that they've already beaten in the first half. So District 2 looks like that's in Class A. Forest City out in front right now. Old Forge in that tough Division 3 had a tough time there, so they may end up at the 2nd seed. So Forest City has to win some of the games that are winnable. That's what they have to do. They may lose to Elk Lake, they may lose to Montrose. The other teams they have to beat, and they could end up the top seed.
They could. If they can go in as the top seed, they can challenge Old Forge. They can't look ahead, knowing that they're going to play Old Forge perhaps in the district final. They've got to win the games each day, but they've got a good shot. They can beat Old Forge. They're a big, strong, athletic team.
They are, and I was impressed with the way they played against Riverside. Second half play here, more of what we expected to see from Forest City. Yates tough underneath. And you talked about that. That's what they need from him. He's 6'3", he's good size, just a sophomore.
Good entry pass, good strong move, puts his shoulder down. Obvious foul by Cole Tyler. So now Noah Yates is going to go to the line. He's already shot 5 free throws. That's free throw number 6.
Sounds about right. Doing a nice job there.
While we were at that media timeout, Bob, I'm not sure if the TV was able to hear it, but athletic director Tony Blazier, who along with his wife Terry Blazier have really spearheaded the campaign up here, came on to announce that backed up some of the numbers that I said briefly earlier. But between the local businesses and just what they did at halftime was $7,444 that was added to the Coaches vs. Cancer campaign in the last 2 days. That doesn't include T-shirt sales, tattoo sales, spirit bands, you name it.
Again, if you want to donate, you can and add to that number throughout the whole county. And both counties, really, conferences too. cvcbasketball.org is where you can donate. It doesn't matter what you donate, doesn't matter what sum it is. It all helps the cause in Coaches vs. Cancer. So just like that, you look at the scoreboard, Matt, and 13-point lead, maybe a little bit too late, too late for Forest City, but boy, they're giving them a game here late in the fourth at least.
Bailey Newhart's going to have a 1-on-1. Last time he went to the line, he missed the front end. If Elk Lake wants to put Forest City away, they got to hit free throws. Bailey Newhart hits his first one, having a great second half.
Watkins is on the bench with 4 fouls. See if they want to bring him in, but it's a big lead. Might not see him again. Forest City playing tough. Yates double teamed. Bad pass by Odell. It leads to almost a slam by Tewksbury.
Called an intentional foul.
Wow. Try the alley-oop. Tewksbury went hard to the ground, pops right back up. Let's look at it again in slow motion.
Off the board, turns around, you got a foul. Obvious intentional. Players up in the air ahead of you like that, that's a dirty play. Players can get hurt. I've seen many players that have come down, they'll break their wrist trying to support themselves as they hit the floor. We're going to clear the line. Not a big fan of that defensive play by Mr. Kowaleski.
So now the referees, Randy Wolf, going to come over and talk to Luke Pisarczyk. We don't want to get this one out of hand. It's been a big Elk Lake lead most of the night. We know Forest City's feeling a little frustrated, but whether or not Kowaleski meant to do it, it looked pretty intentional. I don't know if we can see it again. Maybe a different angle,
Here it comes.
Matt.
Bailey Newhart's going to throw it off the board. Watch behind.
Yeah.
There's no intent to play the ball. None. That's a dirty play, unfortunately. I think that Randy Wolf, the official that called the intentional foul, made a great call. Spot on with the call. I'm glad he came up with it right away. He didn't need to need a conference with the other officials. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be on the same page about that call as well.
Kowaleski's going to take a seat, whether intentionally or not. I'm not sure if he has 5 fouls. But from that second angle, you can see, yeah, he did push him.
I go back to the refereeing days. You know, if you don't make a play on the ball, a lot of officials are going to call that an intentional foul, especially when you've got an athletic kid going up strong to make a dunk. If you don't play the ball like that, all you're going to do is get someone hurt. It's a great call. It's an unfortunate play, but it's definitely the right call. Hard part here is a play like that may have just given Elk Lake a little bit of the momentum back. The dunk, however, may have pushed it even farther ahead. Either way, jump shot, and Forest City's Yates gets another rebound straight to the basket. You know what's going to happen now, just from a refereeing standpoint, is they're going to call this a little bit tighter because that's your second intentional foul of the game. The last thing they want is for this to get out of hand. You don't want it to get chippy. You don't want someone to get hurt. So they're going to call it tight. They'll bring it back in. Players just have to play through this.
For all intents and purposes, their last meeting between the two teams this season. Yates misses both. Again, have to make your free throws going down the stretch here. Yates unable to do that. And now Elk Lake just wants to roll out this clock and make sure no one gets hurt. Newhart fouled. Go to the line again. It'll be a 2-shot foul as we're past the 10 limit. Hits the first. So Elk Lake putting a little bit of frustration for what they felt the other night against Holy Cross, putting it right back on Forest City. Got out quickly. Early blew it up in the second quarter, extended that lead in the third. They had it up to over a 20-point lead. Now back to 18. Some substitutions going. Nice drive by Odell.
Nice take. We got to get Jared Paulin back in the game here. Nice steal by the senior, getting on the floor. Great job, Matt Taylor.
1:21 left here in the game.
Looks like Coach Warnero's going to empty the bench, going to get a couple of his guys off the bench, get them a taste of what this game really means. Get some airtime and some face time for them.
So, well, timeout on the floor, I think, a 30-second. It would give us an opportunity. There you see that putback. Thank everyone here at Elk Lake. Tony Blazier, you mentioned him. Terry Blazier, superintendent here, principal, all the coaches, and, of course, everyone from Forest City, too, as well, because they helped us out. And here's our schedule coming up. Back to some college basketball next Tuesday. It's a doubleheader from Luzerne County Community College as they take on Harrisburg Area Community. Women's tip-off at 6. We'll stay right there, followed by the men's game. Now, the last time the men's teams played, the final score is 106-92. So if you want to see no defense in a game, but all offense and scoring, watch the men's game Tuesday, February 2nd, and it'll be women's college basketball on the 10th. Yates, a little bump, and there you saw maybe something they wouldn't call in the first half, Matt, but they're calling it close here down the stretch.
They need to. And, you know, the nice part about that drive was that Noah Yates went strong. Evan DeBonis, who was the player that I talked about earlier, who is caregiver for his mom with his dad. Good to see him in the game.
Number 24, if you're looking for his number. So some substitutions all in now. Kyle Oakes in, number 31. Trying to get the names. Reardon Ryan in. This is for Elk Lake now.
You've got the Nahn brothers have made it in.
That's their last name. We don't want to confuse people. They are brothers.
N-O-N.
Yeah, and they are brothers.
That's right.
And that's for Forest City.
Another sub.
Another sub. 1:16 remaining in this one. Pretty much not in doubt. Very inspirational night here. Please donate to the CBC cause, cbcbasketball.org. Hopefully maybe we'll see everybody down at the casino as Bunnell puts it in, 32. Down at the Hoopla event coming up on Saturday night, 7 o'clock.
Can also go online to pick up your tickets. I don't know if they went online yet, but very soon the Coaches vs. Cancer Gala,
yes,
black tie event.
That's right.
Chucks and Tucks type event, chaired by Coach Kettle and his wife Bridget, as well as very good friends of mine, Greg and Megan Gregoric, Toyota of Scranton. Done a great job moving this campaign to the next level.
He definitely has.
Bunnell with a big, strong take.
Nice use of the left hand. Gets a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot one, complete the three-point play. Maybe we should have the JV game on because that came down to 1 point.
That was fantastic.
That was a great JV game in front of a capacity crowd that was here from 6 o'clock on.
I was talking to Coach Warnero. He said that there were parents lined up at 5 o'clock during the junior high practice asking if they could go in and get their seats early. Not a seat to be had still. Yeah. 31 seconds left in a game that's 18-point spread here. And you can't get a seat.
Aaron Dugan will have our Northwoods Nissan postgame show. Our players of the game. Crowd wanting Oaks to score a couple on TV. Good basket by Taylor. One more. How are we going? Are we going to get it in? Got it! Hewitt, the junior.
Sounds like a fan favorite here.
Yep. Bench players get a big hand, and that will do it.
18-point final.
13 wins now in the books for Elk Lake. They win this one big over Forest City. The final score 86-68, and a very special night here at Elk Lake. It's the Northwoods Nissan postgame show. When we come back, MyTV.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation on MyTV WQMY.
So a very entertaining 18-point win for Elk Lake over Forest City, their 13th win of the year, Matt. And very, again, entertaining, kind of a little show time, but Forest City held in there till the end.
That's right. You know, I thought Elk Lake was going to run away with this. I thought, you know, I said before the game to you off camera that this could either be a 40-point game or this could be a 4-point game. Forest City, you know, they didn't give up. They kept playing hard. Noah Yates played well in the second half. Kowaleski kept going to the tin, hit a couple big threes. But Elk Lake in the end, a little bit too strong, was able to hold on and put this one away.
And it was because of Watkins and Newhart, and they are the Northwoods Nissan player of the game. They're down with Aaron Dugan on the floor.
That's right, Bob. Our players of the game and Coach Fornero. Bailey, we'll start with you. You guys played tough, aggressive, you shot well, but most of all, it seems like you had a lot of fun.
Oh, tons of fun playing here. Fun environment. The gym was packed. So much fun. Can't even explain it.
How much did that atmosphere really help you kind of get up for this game?
Oh, we have a great community behind us, and that helps us. Big momentum plays. They're all behind us. We keep going.
A lot of components to this team making you guys successful. Just kind of talk us through some of what's making you guys play so well.
We're playing as a team right now, and that's when we play our best, not when we're all 5 guys in a different direction. When we're going in the same direction, we're a pretty tough team.
All right, thanks. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
And our next player of the game, Hunter Watkins, I'll ask you the same thing. The atmosphere here tonight, that had to kind of get you up.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest student sections we had all year, and it really gets you fired up. In the game, you look in the crowd and you see so many people on their feet cheering for you, and it just gets you hyped up and makes the momentum swing a little bit better.
So much fun to see the entire community come out. Just kind of tell us how much this cause means to Elk Lake.
Gratefully. Such a big community, such a small community makes a big difference. It doesn't see sometimes we get foreshadowed, but the support that we get from outside and the community, it's great.
It's a great way to start out the second half for you guys with this big win. How do you keep that momentum going now?
Kind of hope. We go and play hard, keep what you're doing in the first half, keep the game plan to what it has to be, and knock down shots, get open guys, and just play hard.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And Coach, you've got to be so proud, not only of the team, but the whole community. What a great turnout tonight. Lots of fun for you.
Absolutely. We're truly blessed. We have a great community, great kids, great support. Terry did a wonderful job getting everything set up for tonight. So it was just an exciting night for our community, for our guys.
Take me through your team. You have so many components that are just working really well together right now.
They're really balanced. We worked on some things. They've grown from their freshman year to this year, and it's really fun to see. They've got big hearts.
What's the key now to keep the momentum going, keep playing well, keep playing aggressive?
Got to keep challenging them in practice. There's no celebration. We're celebrating tonight. We're celebrating all the events, Coaches versus Cancer, and everything that we've pulled together to do, but it's back to business. Take care of business.
All right, Coach, thank you, and great job tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, Bob.
Well, it's more than just basketball tonight. Suits and Sneakers Week coming to a conclusion tomorrow night at local schools on Saturday as well. But I don't know if they could top what the amount they've gotten raised here and the atmosphere here at Elk Lake.
It was a great night. You know, as I said earlier, it's a small community. They're doing big things. You know, you see it from the team, the crowd, the cheerleaders, the administration. Everyone involved in the Elk Lake community here has done a great job at embracing the Coaches vs. Cancer campaign. We thank them for that, and I thought tonight was a great way to, you guys have done a great job honoring them and their hard work.
Don't forget, you can still donate anytime, cbcbasketball.org. There's a lot of things coming up. The Hoopla, look for the ball coming up in May. I know Matt will see a lot of that. So a lot of opportunities to get out to donate and to be part of this successful program.
That's right. Tomorrow night, or excuse me, Saturday night, Mohegan Sun at the casino in the convention center. Started about 7 o'clock. They got a band, you know, some hors d'oeuvres, but it's a great night. It brings together the basketball communities, not just from the Lackawanna League, but especially from our partners down in the Wyoming Valley Conference as well.
It's really the only time we see referees and coaches get together and kind of like one another.
Or at least pretend
for 1 night,
to.
at least for 1 night, right?
That's right. That's right. But after that, we also have the Coaches vs. Cancer Gala. The Gala is going to be on May 14th. You can go to cvcbasketball.org to get more information on that. You know, there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of ways for you at home to get yourself involved in the Coaches vs. Cancer campaign. We really look forward to your support.
And we love supporting this campaign. Every year, our crew really looks forward to it. Hazelton area the other night for a girls' game back up here for the first time ever in Susquehanna County, doing a game live here at Elk Lake. And, boy, the support here we've gotten and the welcome was just overwhelming. I want to thank everyone for Elk Lake for opening the door and opening everything else and just showing our viewers what Coaches vs. Cancer NEPA is all about. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Aaron Dugan, for my partner Matt Schaefer tonight, this is Bob Ide saying so long and get out to a game. You still have time tomorrow and Saturday and support Coaches vs. Cancer.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation on MyTV WQMY.